They say the Boognish is just a logo, a doodle, something to laugh at, but look closer, that grin isn't just smiling, it's watching. We didn't call it a mascot, they called it a demon god, not inspiration, not metaphor, orders, commands. It wasn't invented, it arrived. A squat figure crowned with jagged spikes, eyes too wide, teeth too sharp. They didn't say they drew it, they said it showed itself, and as if it had been waiting, whispering, looking for a door. And the door was two kids with guitars who thought they were in control. They laughed when they spoke of it, but their laughter cracked at the edges. They admitted the Boognish told them what to play, what to write, every country ballad that made no sense, every sludge-filled dirge, every pop song that sounded like madness, not songs, transmissions. The joke wasn't random, the joke was the message. And when you laugh at it, when you sing along, aren't you spreading the same sermon? Every culture has met this being. The Norse called him Loki, who tricked the gods into doom. The Aztecs knew him as Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror, showing you your reflection until you lost yourself inside it. The native tricksters took the form of Coyote, a fool and destroyer laughing as he taught through chaos. And the Bible's prophets saw monstrous angels covered in eyes, whose first words were always the same, fear not. Why? Because fear was the natural reaction. And what does the Boognish say? Nothing at all, it only grins. Doesn't that make it worse? That grin is wrong. It is the same grin monks painted onto demons in the margins of scripture, the same grin carved into masks used to summon spirits, the same grin that horror wears when it pretends to be comedy, the Cheshire Cat, Pennywise, every monster that smiles to get close. When you see it, do you feel safe? Or do you feel the prickle of eyes on the back of your neck? Why them? Because they listened. Two teenagers sketching a face, and instead of tossing it away, they treated it like a god. They gave it power, they obeyed. The Boognish needed prophets. They were perfect. Would you have done the same, or would you have shut the notebook before it could look back? Listen to what Gene said later when someone pressed him about belief. In a 2014 interview, he answered plainly, I still very much believe in the Boognish. The whole thing was kind of cosmic. We created this deity, Mickey and I, in 1986. But over the years, I really believe this stuff. I set the groundwork that it was a demon and a god, yin and yang, the forces of good and darkness in all the universe. He's also a total fucker. I blame him for a lot of things. The more I try to get away from the Boognish deity, the worse he's going to make it for me. The Boognish is very real and it will haunt me and control me for the rest of my life. I always have to beware of it or I will pay the price. Why does it exist at all? Because we make these things. Because we give them life. In a cult tradition, there is a concept for this, the egregore, a non-physical entity, a collective thought form created by the shared beliefs and emotions of a group. It grows when people focus on it, perform rituals, share ideas, pour emotion into the same symbol. It becomes autonomous. A group mind that shapes behavior, inspires loyalty, or feeds on fear. But what if it didn't stop at womb? What if it never really belonged to them? Robert Johnson at the Crossroads returned with songs no mortal should have played. David Bowie admitted something alien whispered through him. Today it still finds mouths to sing through. Artists who speak of alter egos and vessels, the stage persona, the character that takes someone over on stage. Are these characters or are they carriers? And when you sing along, whose voice joins yours? What is it spreading? Maybe nonsense is the code. Absurd lyrics, ridiculous choruses, jokes that make no sense. What if they are sermons? What if laughter is worship? What if chanting along is obedience? And what if the more you obey, the less you notice what it's taking from you?